The old saying of never judge a book by its cover is something that I have considered as a virtue. It is one of those things that I learned the hard way through years of being a salesman from various industries. And never say anything about something that you have no idea of unless you have experienced it firsthand. And the Harley-Davidson Softail Fatbob is a prime example of being judged by so many who have not experienced it, yet still being hated. Now in this video, I'll be talking about my eye-opening 5-hour experience with the Harley-Davidson Softail Fatbob 114. Okay. Before I start talking about the Fatbob, I would like to make a big shout out to 5 Aces Car Display Center. They are a very well-established pre-owned car dealership here in the island of Cebu, here in the middle of the Philippines. And they have a massive inventory of cars from all shapes and sizes that have gone through a meticulous screening process to ensure buyers that satisfaction is guaranteed. Now they offer fair prices, financing on select models, and they also accept trade-ins. They are the reason why I got to experience the Fatbob, since this is one of the bikes that they have for sale. Now if you are within the Visayas region of the Philippines and looking for a quality pre-owned car, I have put their Facebook link in the description below. Alright, Softail Fatbob is produced by none other than Harley-Davidson. Of course, it is powered by the air and oil cooled Milwaukee 8 motor. This one has the 114 cubic inch version, producing 86 horsepower and a massive 161 Newton meters of torque. 6-speed manual transmission, double disc brakes in the front, rear disc brakes, ABS of course, inverted forks, chunky tires on 16-inch rims, and the bike is done minimalist or bobber style, hence the name Fatbob. Okay, seating and comfort was totally unexpected for me. The smallest step-up style gel seat provided a firm but very comfortable feel with lower back support, which I really like. It locks you in at an upright yet aggressive stance without any discomfort in reaching the bars as well. And the forward style foot controls feel more like mids, which is also a pleasant surprise for my 6'1", 95kg frame. Now the seat height is a bit high for a cruiser though, but I can put both feet flat on the ground with my knees still bent, and this actually sounds perfect, but not really. There is something wrong with the ergonomics of the Fatbob. The heat from the rear cylinder, heats up my nuts and my inner thighs, and that awful air filter on the right side of the engine is blocking my knees. There are times that I want to squeeze the tank, for added stability, but because of that, sorry, can't do that. Now for power and acceleration, the M8 Softail 114 is definitely refined. This is not the first time, I've ridden a Harley-Davidson with an M8 motor in it. I've tried the Softail Standard. I also tried the Lowrider S, last year, and I was blown away by how fast these bikes were, and the engine was really smooth. Basically the same engine found here in the Fatbob. Now power is very smooth, predictable, and you can really feel the low-end torque, which is really useful in real-world riding situations like most of us normal people go through. We don't need like 200 horsepower just to use on the streets. You save that amount of power for the racetrack. This one, the M8, has useful power. Now the engine is not that perfect though. There is something missing in the upper rev ranges, but the torque remains consistent all the way from bottom to top. Now managing the power delivery to the rear wheel is probably one of my favorites on this bike. Why? Because the clutch is easy. It's so easy, and what's really surprising is that it is cable operated, not hydraulic clutch. And also I really like the fact that it is, because maintenance is going to be a breeze. Okay, now this will come to you as a surprise, because I was also surprised by this, and it was really, it's a pleasant surprise. Now the thing that I like about the Fatbob is the handling, and it is the handling. Having big chunky tires normally translate to clunky or clumsy handling, but the Fatbob it's not like that, you know. It actually feels really light for a 650-pound cruiser, and I can manhandle it with ease in heavy traffic, you know. Have a look at how I dart in and out of tight traffic, you know. Traffic here in Cebu City, again, is hell. So you just have a look at what am I doing here with the FatBob. And the brakes too. This is probably one of the best feeling brakes that I experience on any cruiser. I have a VTX 1800, and in the last video that I talked about it, you know, I praised it for having link brakes, but this one on the FatBob, amazing. You know, it stops on a dime, and it's very easy to use. It's very predictable, and the amount of brake you give it, or you know, pressure, you know, it translates down to the brakes itself. Okay, to sum up everything, you know, the FatBob is an unusual looking bike that old school Harley purists might not agree on. But in my opinion, it is Harley's take at making big twin V-twin cruisers attractive to bikers of my age. You know, I'm 37 years old, so something like around the 35 to 45 age range, you know. Honestly, I like the styling. You know, it's something fresh, it's something new. And I want something old school, but without the, you know, old school problems, and at the same time I want something stylish and something new. So the FatBob is like that. And also there is generous amounts of useful power. Again, you know, and the handling, again, the handling is mind-boggling. You know, it's kind of disturbing also. How did the engineers at Harley make it so good despite looking so quirky? Plus, again, it's a Harley. The aftermarket is so big on these that, you know, Softail models, that you could basically build your own if you wanted to.
I think this is the one. This is the bike that I want. You know,
okay, big question. Me, you know, would I buy one? Well, absolutely, yeah, I would buy one if I had the money, of course. And again, the FatBob is a bike that you should never judge on how it looks or how the spec sheet says it is. You know, I highly suggest that you take one out for a spin and see for yourself what it's all about. Just like me, my judgment was proven wrong, and it made me wanting one in the end. Now, I'll be uploading my full experience video with the FatBob soon. Like, it's gonna be like a 30-minute video, you know, as how I made this, you know, trip, and where I take you for a ride with me through the nightmare that is Cebu City traffic. You know, basically Philippine traffic. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you want more content from me, yeah, please, you know, subscribe and click on the bell icon. As always, see you next time. Bye.
Brand new retail price, and it's only got it's only got 5,000 kilometers. So if you like this bike, you know, you could get this. And I'm just showing you around, you know, what it's capable of. Yes, open her up. Oh yeah, Electro Deluxe or Road Glide. But when it comes to FatBob, you know, it's not really up there. The FatBob is something that you have to experience for yourself. It's not something that you just look at a picture and read about on the internet or in a magazine. You know, do people still read magazines? No, this is a bike that you have to experience for yourself, and I tell you, this is a wonderful bike. It is an awesome bike. You know, it's